Hello there. I've been wanting to film this video for the past couple of days, especially after Luna's Queendom stage in round one. But I only managed to find time, just a few hours before the tracking stops for the video on YouTube on Mnet to record the number of votes that will be tallied into their final calculations for their placement in Queendom. So, without further ado, I'll go through the video here and try to sketch out the stage. It's something that I was interested in doing, trying to sketch out the stage and talk about it so folks will understand. I've blogged about it on my TuneStock blog, but I think it would be easier if I sketched it. Okay, let's play it. The audio is off, so if anybody is wondering, the audio is off because copyright. Let me see, can I see the controls? Okay, I can. So what I had wanted to show was the stage design for the round one performance, which essentially is the stage design for everyone in episode 3 onwards for round 2. So it's a bit unfair, but at the same time it's an understandable situation where because of COVID, LOONA lost out on the first round recording, lost out the timing for the first round of recording, and hence lost out in the stage, the main stage, the fancy 2-level, 3-level stage that everybody was performing on, where instead they are utilizing the stage for round 2 to record both their round 1s and their round 2, if that makes sense. So anyway, have a quick look and have a quick sketch. Again, it's very rough because it's an exercise for me anyway. Okay, I don't know if you can see the pencil marks. It's okay if you can't, I'll do an ink later on. It's not proportionate, but yeah, I'll work it out later. Yeah, I can't really see it. It's okay. Yeah. Some of these images came to me. I mean, I've seen the video countless of times because I'm streaming it. But again, bear with me as it's still in pencil marks. Okay, let me try and do ink without it looking too crappy. Yeah, salah already lah. My lines are not as straight as before, but I'll make do with what I can lah. Okay, the perspective is off already. It's okay. No, it's not okay, but hope you folks can see a rough guesstimation of what's going on. Maybe I'll highlight a little bit. Highlight sikit. Sikit is Malay for the word small, little. Little, that's the word, not small, little. Yeah, maybe the highlighting isn't a good choice. Yeah, it's not that good a choice. Yeah. Okay, and that, I hope that makes sense. You can see the correlation somehow. No correlation lah. No, I'm not going to pretend this is perfect. So just give you an idea based on sketches and the layout. You can see from here, this is the main screen. The main screen is not on a flat axis. It's straight, then tilted, like this. Let's say if this is the stage right angle, and the performer is here. Right, this is the video wall. Looks like a 10 feet. 10 feet. We assume it's 10 feet, plus or minus. Not sure. And then this is the access video wall. Does it make sense? This access. The height, I don't know about the height of the stage. Maybe it's 1.5 meters. Maybe because let's say you have the chair and a person sitting below the audience. It looks like there's a whole bunch of people. I'm not sure if it's like all in a single seat, you know, or if it's raised steps. Again, we're not sure. If it's raised steps, then it okay, maybe the back's not so high. Then these people, not say then, these people would have they'll be able to see the top of the screen instead of the screen like this, where there might be distortion in the image. So maybe like this, it hides whatever is upstairs or what's up here, but at the same time gives a feeling of like a surround look. Does it make sense? Surround look. Whereas the performance dancers are here, they see slightly elevated, not too high. They actually should be a slightly elevated, not too high. Nor are they looking down at the person if the stage is short or shorter, and they're looking at people, you know, looking at like chest level. So stage, in theory, we would love it when it's slightly higher angle. So it's like a hero pose, bottom up. Anyway, that's just a thought. So I'm not really sure. Based on the video, it seems as if you can still see the head. So maybe I imagine that there is an elevated. You can see my sketch. Elevated camera here with the cameraman. So there is an elevated camera that is filming all of this. So if it's filming this, then maybe the stage is shorter, because you can see from let me see. We see from this angle where it's camera straight, looks as if it's camera straight. Maybe the camera, the stage of the camera platform is the same height as the stage itself. So when it shoots direct, it's like a frontal shot like this. Then the heads are still bobbing here. So that means it's either raised up like this, where actually from here, that means this part, the people are taller. So maybe it's raised 3 steps. I don't know, maybe 1, 2, 3, because you still see the heads, unless it's pretty tall. Am I making sense? Moving on. Maybe my sketch gone. Okay, the main stage. I initially wanted to count the size of the stage, but maybe that's too detailed that we don't need to go into. So it's at this point in time with another wider shot. So this wider shot, maybe let's say we count 1 person, 2 person, 3 person. Sorry, my people drawing skills are limited. Actually should be smaller. If we count the size, I'm not going to count the size, it's just too much. Too far to count. But what I will do here is to do a front elevation. Front elevation of the stage. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. This, it is high. So maybe the stage is shorter, as I said before, because the this camera angle at the back would more like, no, because it's a straight angle, it's not tracking. So that means it might be a regular size. Yeah, I'm lost here already. I'm delving too much into what I don't know. So this is the, yeah, maybe in ink lah, to see on camera. This is the stage height. Regardless of stage height, you see the heads. Yeah. Peeking out, and the performers. And the video wall essentially, yeah, I would assume is 10 feet, and is raised up angled. Yeah. What is interesting, which I liked, again, is guessing on my part. Other sides here, you can see this all black. Probably this is a gap, black cloth or black curtains. And you see the lines. This possibly LED lights, practical moving LED lights, smart lights lah. And what I noticed about the performance is, you can see this. These are spotlights amongst the strip lights here. So there are spotlights here, which I think is pretty cool. So this probably is built up as well. Not probably, it is built up as well. That will provide the spotlights or lasers and whatnot. I think there's more. I remember there's lasers, especially during Olivia Hayes' stage where she does with the hairpin choreo with everyone else, where there are multiple like laser lights, tracer lights on the floor. So probably might be here. Again, I'm guessing. I'm not trained in lighting. I do stage. I've done stage a lifetime ago, maybe 2 decades ago. So I'm more familiar with stage than I am with lighting. I can only assume based on whatever little knowledge I had gleaned from lighting designers back in the day, but now, whereas setting stages might be something that might, I won't say remain the same, might have little changes, but lighting in terms of equipment, who knows, maybe it's just it's a vast change since 20 years ago. I don't know. Anyway, looking at this again, my perspective is a bit off, might be a bit smaller. Yeah, a bit smaller. This one, honest, scratch it away. It's just different size weirdness. One thing I have to say that I really enjoy is the graphics chosen for the back, even though it might not have moved as much, but having a temple and the lighting effects around the temple is very restrained compared to the multiple video walls effects of the other stages lah. But having said that, you still see the movement, especially the moon. So yeah, that negates what I've been rambling about for the past few seconds. Anyway, let's go back to the stage. This is again rough. I don't know how many LED lines there are. So as you're watching this, if you're watching me doodle with lines, please go and stream the video. Wow, salah man. This is a video wall as well. Very nicely encompassing video wall here, left and right. Main stage. This is all blackness. Wow. In any event, if you really want to count, this is a tip. If I can get to the page, yeah, you can see the lines here. Wow, this is estimate maybe about 2 feet by 4 feet. I might be wrong, or is it 3 feet by 1 feet? Wow. I mean, in the past, when I was designing for stages back in late 90s to 2000s, these were acrylic, thin acrylic sheets, not as thin but strong enough, maybe 3/4 inch. No, maybe not that thick, 1/4 inch acrylic that comes in solid colors, or like in this case, I imagine is black tinted. It's not purely black, but it's black tinted, and because it's acrylic, it's glossy. When we used to do it, we placed it together side by side and taped with sticky tape, just sticky tape. Easy for sticking and easy for removal afterwards. As I mentioned in my blog post, if this stage is not booked by the recording studio for the duration of the event, that means they set up the stage from bare floors, setting up the stage, setting up the background lighting effects, lighting rigs, and the floor patterns for the show itself within a set duration, set booking schedule. And after the filming is done, they dismantle everything, whereas another set for another show comes in. So in this scenario where LOONA is performing their round one, they missed out on their round one in episode 1, where it was the fantabulous triple 3-tier, or rather 1.5. You see, there's a flat tier and there's a second tier with elevating video walls and the side steps. So they missed out on the grandeur of that stage, and because they more likely would not be able to book the entire studio and set up the entire stage just for LOONA to perform when they recovered from their COVID-19 quarantine period. So probably has been rescheduled to a much later date. This one we know, I don't have the specific dates. I think 27th or is it 28th of March, where they came back to spend 1 day recording this. Then the next day or the day after, they came back to record round 2 stage, which we're gonna see. Hopefully, we're gonna see in episode 3. And Mnet's not gonna dangle us with the video and not show it in episode 3. Like episode 1 of Queendom, we never did see LOONA stage until episode 2. So having said that, the stage we see now for LOONA in round 1 and round 2 will be the stage that everybody else will be performing in, with the same context of the video wall behind, top, and the sides. So the stage probably will, the shape, the layout of the stage will not change. It's just that what goes on here and what props they use would be changed. I'm assuming that based on the videos I've seen. I'll leave it as that lah, huh? I'll leave it at that. We shall not talk about the leaks. We shall talk about what Mnet has legitimately showed us, and it's LOONA's round 1 stage and LOONA's round 2 stage, when they did sort of like a musical, when they covered Hyolin's Shake It. It's in the trailer, so cannot say I leak. It's in the trailer. Yeah, you can see this. You can see Heju, Olivia Hay, when she performs. The lines below probably are all laser lights. Yeah, this might be shine from the front, because I don't see any lights in the background in the infinity. That might be wrong. Again, lighting, not going to pretend. Initially I thought that the whole floor was a video floor, but it doesn't look like it. It looks as if it's just reflecting what's here. Like this, it will be reflecting what's on top here. How probably will not let people dance on the lighting floor, because nah, Yeah, probably stickers I can see, but that's just my eyes. If you don't see it, it's all good. Pretend I never say shit. Yeah, laser lights probably from the front shooting back. Yeah, plus the video wall behind. I love it when Eves does this. This part I was so worried for her. It feels as if she didn't get enough momentum to jump through. You see struggling. I might be wrong, but it's just me as an untrained dancer. Yeah, hope she's doing okay, man. Nobody asked about it. Maybe it's just me, but it looks like a bit of a struggle. There's a part I love the most. Oh, that part where she did the head tuck, not head tuck. You see this bit where she swings with the head switch like that. You can see the power, and it's not just dancing for the sake of dancing. It's a little bit of acting, like she's performing a martial art move lah. Sorry, I'm sidetracking. I'm supposed to be talking about the stage and not their performance. Yeah. Oh, you can see the sides. Literally here. I think probably the video wall goes up a little bit more here, where there is a gap here, where probably there's steps leading down, or there's another landing that they can wait. Maybe one day I'll do a proper floor plan to explain, but meanwhile, yeah, where they are moving right now is in this part of the race stage. That means here they are the audience sitting inside. So Kim Lip and Hassel is in the foreground where another camera is shooting them, and you can see there's left right cameras here on the race stage that they turn down and shoot them. So I think it's wonderful that LOONA, and I assume other teams would have as well, that they do not just have a stage in the main stage here. They have the satellite stage. No, not satellite really. Another layer. It's not satellite. Satellite is just only at the sides, but it's another stage linked by the sides. You will see, or maybe you see that I didn't see. I was looking at this where Eve was here doing her fan movement. Here at the side where the camera here is shooting her, reverse fan movement, and also Jin Soul when she was here in the middle, and as she moved off, the camera focused on the back. So now Kim Lip and Hassel is walking in the middle. And I need to say this part is one of my favorite parts, where emotional with the music. Maybe let's see here. Yeah, you can see the stage here, this stage versus the stage at the back, where other things, the members are all standing at the side here preparing. So it's kudos for the lighting as well. They can stand on stage as all performances are. It's always a hats off to the crew, the cameraman. Imagine this. I say this because I need to speak up for the crew as well. Imagine the cameraman. They're shooting 12 of these girls. So each cameraman, or they probably will be dedicated to specific characters, specific persons that they're going to shoot, because you see them in fan cams later on as well, and also for close-ups. So particular cameramen are focused on specific members, not characters, members. And imagine the 12 members to remember, to remember. Hence, whenever you see during rehearsals, the artists always wear like a name and number plate on their body, or not plate, name and number on their front, so cameraman will recognize them, or recognize the numbers if not the persons. So imagine 12 girls, one team. Then the other girls, there are more girls, like Cosmic Girls, there's 9. In VVs, you can say 3, easier to count, but imagine trying to remember 3 girls. Brave Girls, 4 girls, Hyolyn, 1 girl. Might think, oh, it's only 1, but then you have performers and everyone else as well. So, cameraman, kudos for your hard work, for remembering, and also for the lighting, because you can see from here whether or not it's pre-programmed lighting or is specific lighting, that this is just one performance. When it's another performance, the lighting will change. Lighting movements might need to change. Effects might need to change based on the rehearsals where the actors, like the performers are and where they are standing. So there's tons of behind the scenes going into it. So I am a behind the scenes person, production person. So I'm digressing. I'm digressing beyond stage and talking about those as well, because remembering these, it is not just what we see in our eyes, is what lighting choose not to let us see, like the characters at the side here at the back, even while whatever images it projecting here, they choose not to light these people up, even though you can still see the red here. Does that make sense? Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Stars. Yeah. In essence, if I wanted to, I can count the size of the stage. So now it looks like as if it's 4 feet by 4 feet. That means 1.2 meter by 1.2 meters. In essence, from back in my days 20 years ago, each acrylic sheet, one piece, is 4 feet by 8 feet. That means 1.2 meters by 2.4 meters. So we buy the entire piece and we lay it down, because we don't cut. When you cut the floor, is additional cost. So whether or not these pieces are already pre-cut 4 feet by 4 feet, and it means additional cost. They bring it in, they place side by side, and they tape it up. So it only visual when cameras see like this, when the lighting is lit up, we can see the floor. So you can argue it might not be pretty, it might be unsightly, but think of it this way: for the dancers, performers, they can see the grids. You can see when LOONA performs, and I'm unsure about other performers as well, but they have their performance or practice. Not rituals, practice steps they need to go through, and they also more likely perform with grids on the floor. So I think this is perfect for them to see. Even if they're lined up for the camera to see, they are able to be lined up with the grids on the floor. So I think this is pretty cool. And I realize I've not been sketching for the past how many minutes and just talking, but it's all good. Nice, you can see the floor. Because it's glossy, it is glossy, it reflects the wall to the floor, and suddenly it seems like a bigger stage on the top camera angle shot. And plus the lighting effects on the side, we see here where the hidden, actually I never draw lah, where the hidden lights are. I can't remember which row. Then it just provides an all around encompassing design. So my design was wrong, or rather my sketch was wrong. The video wall actually goes up to here, goes all the way here, and there is a gap between the video wall on the stage, and this is where all the special effect lightings are that probably shine on the stage lah. Yeah, for both sides. Remember this video wall? Yeah. Moving on. Yeah, the frontal which we've seen before. Yeah, I was wrong lah. This extends all the way. I keep on thinking that it doesn't. And now my sketch is dodgy because it's just blurry. So I have to force a perspective. Can I? Scully no ink. Yeah. So basically this entire video wall goes all the way in. Actually no, this one goes all the way in. Ay. Yeah? Is it in? It's okay if I'm wrong, because I'm not there. Ha! Yeah? Unless it's 2 levels. Oh my gosh, I just realized maybe it is just one video wall and then there's another video wall. Then there is a gap. Okay, it's a mystery that if anybody has did the stage design, thank you for solving my mystery for me, so I wouldn't look like a complete idiot. Yeah, it makes more sense now. Yeah, maybe could it be main stage, video wall, such? Let me pause a bit. Finish already. Ayo. Main stage. Maybe the stage extends beyond, and this is I'll just draw one side. It feels as if it's a mirror. In theory, it is as if the flooring extension. So this is the main stage. Yeah. This is the extension. You can see there's a slight drop down. This is the bridge, or we call it the bridge. And this is the other bridge here. Let's say there's cameras here. And definitely there's a camera here. This is the frontal, where you see the performers. Yeah, smaller, should be smaller. See the performers. And this when, let's say this is where Eve was performing a fan, and this is where Kim Lip and Hustle was when they're doing the duet. And I'll draw squares, probably 3 levels of squares. This is the audience seating. So the audience seated in the middle will see here, but they cannot turn, literally have to turn their heads back. I'm not sure if there's audience seating here. I'm totally not sure, because so far all the angles are pretty tight until here. So we never see beyond here, which is interesting. Be it whether or not the camera, there's no space, that's why it's here. If not, different from in first episode, right, where the camera obviously is further back, but not far back enough that it cannot capture the whole stage. It captures portion of the stage, but it's not the entire stage. So sometimes it's whether or not the camera is far enough, or there's nothing left and right. You know, it's like the stage ends here, and when you shoot, there's nothing beyond. Because when we did design in the past, depending on how far the camera is as well, and when we call it the master shot, we see everything. What if my stage only ends here, but the camera can see beyond? So a lot of times, some effort and extra money is taken into covering this side. So it looks pretty, yeah. So that's one aspect which I totally am unsure. Anyway, from here, if let's say we're talking about stage without being too fancy, it would be the main stage. That is a straight angle, nothing fancy, right? And this is at the back, the video wall, right? So at the side, maybe I'll take another color. To make sense. Yeah. Actually, I don't know if I figured it out or not. And this is the wall you see at the side with the LED lights, and probably the video wall all the way in. At some point, or maybe the video wall is halfway in. Maybe. So many maybes, right? Oh my god, there's one wall, and there's one wall, and there's a gap. Because at some points you can see, maybe the stage is small, at some points you see the talent standing at the side, right? The performer standing at the side, waiting for their cue to go in. Of course, there's a gap, it's not going to happen, so maybe, I might be wrong, there's another secondary stage, or the stage goes out, where this is where we saw just now, where the special lighting is placed, where these will shine onto the stage. Yeah, maybe this is wrong, maybe the extension is like this. Maybe. And at this point, I am 30 minutes in, and I think I have run out of options, man. I mean, in my mind, it made sense in my mind before I started this, but now I have more questions than I have answers, and I apologize if whoever is watching this, that you're seeing questions along with me. But yeah, the plan was to do this for the duration of the video, but now that the video is ended, then probably I'll end this video, or rather the video performance has ended. I'll end this video, and maybe I'll delve back into it again, and maybe not, maybe I'll move on. Thank you all for watching. Stream LOONA's PTT, not officially called the Huarang version, but imagine it is the Huarang version, by April 11, which is today, before 11:59 p.m. Korean Standard Time. Now it's 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. Korean time in versus Singapore is 1 hour back, so 3.5 hours. So you have 3.5 hours more, or maybe 3 hours more, depending on how quick this video gets uploaded into wherever my social is, to watch, stream, and press like. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.